What is up, everybody? This is Omega Belmong here with a first look on a game called Children of the Zodiarcs. Well, actually, Children of Zodiarcs. This game is created by a little company called, or a little group called Cardboard Utopia, and is part of the Square Enix collective. If you actually type down Google Square Enix collective, it brings you up to this page of all these indie games that are kind of like greenlit by Square Enix. So pretty cool stuff, and this is one of their games that they're bringing out. So and I didn't even know this until I actually saw the splash screen that came up, Square Enix collective. I mean, I've seen Square Enix collective already, but I didn't know this was part of it. Anyways, the game is available actually on Tuesday, so a few days ago when you hear this, and it's for about $19.99. If I remember right, it was about $19.99, or maybe it was $17.99. But you're looking at about that price, just a digital game. And of course, the game, I'm just like really early on into the game, not too far. I'm maybe like 4 or 5 fights in, so not too far. So I don't really know still too much about the story. I only seen the characters who are Zerkov, who's this, this big hulking character who uses this club to fight. You got Nami, who's I think that's how you say the name, Nami, who's this, more like a thief kind of with a dagger and like a bow and arrow. And then you got Pester. Pester is kind of your ranged type character. So you have your usual job class characters that are the starter classes. But so far, from what I played in the game, it's a strategy RPG game. If you think of something like Final Fantasy Tactics or Disgaea, that's what this game is. You move your characters on tiles or blocks or whatever you want to call it. It highlights how far you can move when you click on your character, and that's how far you can move. Or if you want to attack a character, it lights up in red and you're able to attack them, and you see all the how much you're hitting and things like that. So pretty much, like I said, just like Final Fantasy Tactics or Disgaea. Now with the difference between this type of battle system, and it really caught me off by surprise. Literally, I got into it. I just expected to hit X and they just do a quick attack and you're done. That doesn't happen. I mean, it does happen, but before that, you actually get to do this dice roll. You get to do. You don't see the percentage. I'm hitting 75%. Or I'm hitting 80%, or I'm hitting 100%. You get this, you move your character to an enemy, and you as usual, you do the stand on the left or the right, in front or behind the enemy, and then you hit attack, and then it goes to dice roll, and then you roll these dices, and that's, to me, is pretty badass. You roll your dice, you give it a chance to see how much you're hitting. You're hitting most of the time, so unless you roll a double shield or 4 shields or something like that, but you're rolling these dices. You actually have to pull the analog stick left or right, and then you flick it, and then you hit the X. I think it was X, and then it just is the dices just rolls on top of your screen, and you see how much you attack, how much you defend, or things like that. So rolling these dices are pretty cool. I think that was pretty badass. It kind of came out of nowhere, and I was just like, whoa, wow, that's pretty cool. And then when you roll your dices, you get I think it's a 4-sided dice, so each kind of dice, each symbol kind of tells you what it is. You can actually pull it up, and the crystals for attacks, you got the shields, that's for defenses, you got plus signs for health. You can actually, if you roll those health, you get to get a little bit of health back when you hit. So there's some other ones like stars and things like that. I literally still don't know what they are, but I'm hoping keep playing the game and you kind of just learn as you go. And then you also have you're able to re-roll 2 dices. So if you roll 4 dices and you roll them and you're like, oh hey, these 2 dice that I just rolled, these 4 dice that I just rolled, and I have 2 of them that I don't really like, or 1 of them I don't really like, you could roll them, you could re-roll them, and hopefully get something better. and that it's all on chances, and that's pretty badass. I think it's a little cool like that. So you got your strategy RPG game, you got your cool D&D dice roll attack kind of game, and you also got your deck building game. So this game is a mixture of so many little small, you know, battle systems that you have. You got your Final Fantasy Tactics, the Sky strategy RPG, you got your D&D dice roll, then you got these Yu-Gi-Oh deck building kind of game. So the deck building comes in a little bit later, maybe 3 or 4 fights in. It opens up these the deck build, your decks, and each character gets their own decks, and they have their own attacks. Your attacks are oh, I mean, you forgot about talking about when you actually attack in the game. You attack. I'll talk about deck building in a bit, but when you attack, you actually have these cards in the bottom that you pull out. So in the beginning you draw 5 cards, and those are your cards you're able to use. And then of course you can always draw more cards if you want to. If you go to attack an enemy, it takes your turn. Your character is done. You either attack, you can move your character, you can move and draw cards, you can move and guard. So when you draw cards, you draw 2 cards, and it adds on to your character. And I think so far from what I've seen, I haven't used all of my cards, but there are 20 cards you get, so I'm guessing it goes through for all the characters. You pull all 20 cards. I think that's pretty much it. But each character has their own set of cards. Like I said, that's where the deck kind of plays in. Each character has their own decks, and each character actually has their own skills. So these skills are not just you hit attack and that's pretty much it. You actually have to pick your cards, and Nami has 2 sets of cards that so far that I have, or actually she has 4, but 2 attack types. One is to use the dagger real close, and then she has one where if you stand maybe 2 or 3 blocks back, you can throw a dagger. And so you use them, and that's how you attack. If you don't have them in your hand, you don't attack, you don't use that move. So far that's what it is. You either have to judge. Let me see if I want to keep do I want to lose a turn if I don't have a certain type of attack, or I just want to attack anyways, or you kind of have to balance everything out. So when the deck opens up, you can add and remove cards, and all that small little things like that. So of course the more cards you add in, the more chance, the more attacks you have, but the less chance you have to draw a certain type of cards that you want. So you kind of have to learn to probably how to balance everything. So people who are into like deck building, Hearthstone and things like that, will probably be good at this game. I personally just want to throw all the attacks in there and maybe like a few healing things in there. I don't really care about statics effects and everything like that. I just want to pretty much zerg through everything. But anyways, I haven't played too much of the game, so I'm still kind of want to, jump into more, and hopefully try to play through more of the game. But so far, from what I played, I actually really enjoyed it. The battle system does kind of slow down a bit because you have to do the dice rolls and everything like that. Every character has to do a dice roll. Enemy characters do dice rolls too, but it's on a quicker sense. It just shows what they got, and that's pretty much it. So pretty simple there, but they don't throw too much enemies at you, because I'm pretty sure if they throw like 7 or 8 enemies at you, that's gonna be quite a few while, because you're just gonna have a fun time just rolling dices, and it'll just be all day kind of thing. So but like I said, the artwork is a little bit weird. I have times where the characters would when they die, they'll kind of clip through the ground or something like that. But little cool things like just being able to I shot a guy, I killed a guy off a cliff, and he actually fell off the cliff, and that's pretty cool. Little small things like that, it's pretty cool. Artwork, I think it looks okay. It's not like anything gonna blow your mind like something as cool as a Fallen Legion, where it's just all hand drawn. This is all just 3D art, and it looks pretty. It looks good. So it's not like super bad. It looks good. Depends on the character. I think I do like the artwork of when the characters are talking in there, everything like that. I wish that kind of went with the character, but as the model, but you know, when you're in battle, it's just the sprite work. So it's just not the sprite work, it's the 3D models. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the first look here for Children of Zodiarcs on the PlayStation 4. Like I said, you could pick this up on the PlayStation Network for about, I want to say about $17.99, maybe $19.99 on the PlayStation Network store. So anyways, this is Omega Belmont. Peace out.